And that CMS hosted service is going to be a process whereby people come to us, they pay us some money, they get a CMS, small one, or indeed a portion of a CMS, and we manage the CMS on their behalf. We have currently got 2 significant service websites running in the CMS that I'm here supported by, and 2 smaller unit sites. And the 2 smaller unit sites are much more interesting. These sites were urgent, they were ahead of the curve in terms of our service provision, but we managed to build sites very quickly and very efficiently, and the customers required no technical skills at all. And that is the beginning of what we consider to be our web hosting service with using CMS. So this is what we would hope to be able to deliver to our customers over the next 12 months to 2 years. We want to be able to have low startup costs. Our web hosting service at the moment gets you PHP, MySQL, 100 megs of web space on the university's institutional servers, costs you a couple of £100. We want similar sort of service with CMS. This is a challenge. How do we support it? Where's the training coming from? There's a whole set of issues, but that's what we want. We want to say to a small unit that has reduced, modest resources, you can migrate your content into this environment at low cost and no technical expertise. So ease of use. A departmental administrator should be able to run their site almost completely. They won't be able to apply any sophisticated design or functions to that site, but they will manage content at a local level in a way that we hope will be sustainable, because these units that I've talked about have very, very little access to these technical resources and no money to pay someone else to do it for them. Low support overhead. If we've got 200 to 300 websites, there is no way that we can support all of those people at a bespoke one-to-one level. It's got to be one-size-fits-all, easily supported, scaled to the 200 or 300 sites. Straightforward page and site templates. One of the other things about these sites is they're all the same, actually, or most of them currently. They all have pretty much the same content. They all need to be in the university livery. They all need certain functions within the site. And therefore, one of the things we're looking for is site templates, where somebody will come to us and say, we want a contact site for our research project. Can we have a site? We say yes. What's it going to look like? Oh, we've got one of those, off the peg. Here's a research site. Here's a conference site. Conferences are very, very typical of this problem. People run a conference, it's got money, but it's got no permanent staff and certainly very little technical support. We could build a site, we would like to build sites, that actually effectively template the whole site with lorem ipsum, body plate content, so they can go in, don't have to do any thinking, don't have to do any information architecture, they can just start writing their content from the word go. So that's what I mean by site templates. Page templates, again, straightforward, no brains, no high graphics, no sophisticated local graphic design unless they can pay for it. We want to be able to offer them effectively vanilla corporate web design with maybe a change of colour just so they can fit their own environment. And that would, we hope, be able to reduce our central overheads and reduce the cost to our target audience. Modular approach is common needs. We're also looking for an environment where we can come up with new solutions that we can apply to all of our customers at once. So if you come up with a new module that's, say, handling forms, or blogging environment, whatever tool that our audience are looking for, we would like to be able to apply it to all of our users without any great redesign or rebuild. Hence, are looking for a service that's run through a particular type of technology. Now, if we do this and we give this over to people, we are aware of very particular needs that people will come back looking for us very quickly. So, for instance, form handling, where people will come back to them almost immediately. It's a tricky one. I've seen a lot of CMSs that have either very sophisticated solutions to forms or none at all. So people start writing their own code. So the forms will be very important. We'll want contact forms all the way up to submissions for people to submit papers for conferences, for instance. So that's something we know our audience is going to come back and look for, and we will need to answer that at some point. Social website functions, forums, blogs, news, events. All of these people will want a If they don't do them immediately upon migration, they're going to ask for them soon, and we might have beautifully managed content for them when they launch, but 6 months, 12 months down the line, they're going to come back for more, and we need to build those, so that's a bit of a risk for us. The last one is dynamic directories of content, which is going to be, it's already a huge issue. Lots of people want to put up organised content into their websites using a database source, and they want to do it on the cheap. They can't afford to pay developers, and indeed the developers are starting to get a bit cheesed off about this, because what they're doing is the same task again and again and again. So that's another issue for the future. But these things are not undoable, and we have created an alliance with Jadu to hopefully provide this service. And this is where we're going for our first real test of their product to deliver this service. It's through this site here, which is live, and it'll be at the end of the presentation it's available. And this site is for a unit of the university. It is built using the Galaxies tool, which you will find in the back, which is there. And it was a short turnaround, it was high profile, a lot of important people wanted it to happen fast, and it was against the grain of our development of our service. So this was earlier than we wanted to do. But we found it easy to do. And they then had money for design, so they actually managed to get us to design this site, build it, a couple of months, some intensive development in terms of some back-end stuff, data interactions, but relatively low cost in terms of training, in terms of development. It wasn't a tricky process. That's me, and classically is not showing my URL, but I'm sure the contact details are in my paper. And if you have any queries, I think I've got 5 minutes. Yeah, if I've got 5 minutes, if anyone got any questions, please ask.